Hi, my name's Lois, and I'm inviting you to join me for a course that's a companion to my book called Oh Fuck You Mean There's More? An Intrepid Guide to Spiritual Evolution. The course will do one chapter at a time, where we will read the chapter or have an audio of the chapter, then do a lesson and some teachings, and then homework and a conclusion. The teaching part is an opportunity for me to delve deeper into the book, to give you more current information that's relevant for the time we're in right now, and answer any questions that you might have from having read it. So with the purchase of the course, you will get a copy of the book. I'm hoping that I can also offer you one segment or one session at a time. So if you're just interested in one particular part of the book and want to study that deeper, you can buy just that session. Otherwise, I will offer for a discounted price the entire course, including the book. Now, not all sessions will be equal. And for example, the first chapter is going to include some one-on-one interviews with healing practitioners. It's very important to me that I get across the idea of becoming a self-healer or working in the healing modalities. Chapter 7 will be a mini seminar. Chapter 7 in the book is a series of interviews. There's 3 interviews, and I want to bring back the interviewees and have them talk to you and do more one-on-one with the class group. Now, eventually, although I haven't got it yet, my website will have a subscriber section where you'll find all of the material for this. So today, because this is just an introduction, I wanted to do a shorter version or a more succinct version of what you can expect in the course material. So although it won't be me reading in the future, I wanted to read you the introduction from the book. Introduction. For several years now, I've wanted to write a book that would take my ministry and offer it to the general population. I was encouraged to do so by my clients and friends who told me I had something of value to offer. I began writing when I was way outside of my box in Newfoundland, Canada, a place that truly taught me who I was all along by showing me what I did not resonate with and what I was not. During that time, I was able to see that I am also an alchemist and a geomancer, a pivotal point in my spiritual evolution, returning to my authentic mystic, unrecognized till that moment. The material in this book comes from the woo-woo woman that I jokingly call myself. It is often written in awe while it is revealed to me in channeling. I am writing to you not so that you can agree with me and conform to my personal beliefs, but instead so that you can find your authentic self and your own personal resonance truths. As a medium, I enjoy a deep faith in the mystical and am lucky to have a support system beyond the veil. In my work, I use my experiences and my mystical wisdom to gently reassure people that they can trust themselves and that they are capable and have value. Oh, fuck you mean there's more is filled with 35 plus years of acting as a guide for spiritual evolution. The spiritual evolution I speak of does not come easily. It requires that you journey inward and explore the dark night of your soul. In this book, I also discuss the changes that have happened to our energy bodies and the nature of reality in recent times. With this book, I offer a gift of renewed faith to all of you. I want to express my understanding of today's spirituality and do so in a way that you will all know without a doubt the promise of a new tomorrow lies in our hearts. I want you to trust that instinctive feeling you are experiencing right now in this moment. That feeling that all the world really needs today is for each of us to look inside, do our healing work, love ourselves unconditionally, and then return to community. This guide will help you to connect with the authentic mystic and explore your dark night of the soul. Life will never just be fluff and bubbles, no matter how hard you want it to be that way. I suggest that we put our faith back into humanity and accept ourselves universally, trust in our hearts, and allow the mystical aspect of our planet to blossom. Throughout this book, you will encounter intimate personal stories and transcriptions of channeled material that I received from beyond the veil, captured through automatic writing, and then onto the computer. My spirit guides, Asa and Ezejabe, the celestial being I communicate with called Ezekiel, and an extraterrestrial, ET, who calls himself Ant, form an intricate part of my work on every level. There's so much happening in the metaphysical sphere in these turbulent times, and so many questions to answer about everything that we're experiencing. What is going on as we work through the transition of the fourth dimension? What do I do with my awakening abilities to help the world today? How much conspiracy I hear talked about is actually real, and how does it affect us? Are we being visited by beings from other dimensions or other worlds? How can I live a more sustainable, spiritually evolved life while embracing my empathic abilities? This book is not really for those who are beginners in mystical practices. Still, I hope I managed to convey the heavier concepts in a way that everyone can understand. Concepts like time and non-linear reality, duality, unity, and universal consciousness. Who are we? Where do we come from? What does it mean to be in the fourth dimensional energies? All the practice material offered in this book is tested by me first. The meditations, the list of things to do, the homework are tried and true methods. While it might not resonate with everyone, I hope that you find some practices that stick with you and that those feel like a breath of fresh air and will return you to a more quality of life. Thank you. The teaching part of this introduction to the course resonates with a part of the introduction that I just read to you. And I want to read it again just so that I start us off with some flow. With this book, I offer a gift of renewed faith to you all. I want to express my understanding of today's spirituality and do so in a way so that all of you know, without a doubt, the promise of a new tomorrow lies in our hearts. I want you to trust that instinctive feeling you're experiencing right now, at this moment. That feeling that all the world needs today is for each of us to look inside, do our healing work, love ourselves unconditionally, and then return to community. So the teaching part I wanted to discuss: how is love experienced in the dimensional energies of today's world? This sometimes crazy, confused environment does not always seem loving and kind, nor does it appear to have any of the attributes of fairness or justice. At times, we are left wondering where the love is. How do you sit with your authentic self without that emotion, that feeling of love? I want to take a moment to explore where the love is, how to access it in a manner that sustains you and supports you into the future that we progress into, out of the fourth dimensional energies and eventually into the fifth. This love that I'm talking about is not a feeling for an individual. It's a broader sense of love, a higher dimensional energy sense of love. It's large, it's fearless, and calming. It is a love that grounds you in your authentic self. filling you up so that you can offer what overflows to other people. And the third dimensional energies that we've left behind, we were mostly in our lower chakras. We were more physical beings. Now we've moved up and we're more in the spiritual attributes, the higher vibrational energies. And the feeling of love and the love that we experience has grown and deepened in its resonance. However, increasingly, there is a more resonant version of love that has been available to all of us en masse. You just need to know where to look for it. I suggest that you direct your energies to Source or the God of your understanding. Look for your connection to the universal whole consciousness. Looking inward, doing your clearing work, accepting yourself unconditionally. Be in the moment, reconnect with nature, eat healthy foods, healthy whole foods, experience your body in any physical way that you can. This type of love, you can connect to it and resonate with its frequency in a sustainable way. It takes work at first, but it will be self-perpetuating very quickly. You will be able to let go of needs that do not serve you. Now, in replacing these needs, you'll have more of a list of wants. Here's how I experience this love. First, I connect with universal consciousness, and I practice breathing down into my diaphragm slowly. This type of breathing exercise is something that my guide Asa calls clarity of mind. Once you've done that, find some place like nature, the shore of a lake, the bank of a river, or even your favorite armchair with a blanket. Then I want you to reach out and sense a current or a field where this type of love exists. This may sound like I'm simplifying it, but it really is that easy, that simple. This energy is sometimes described as a two-way acceptance, cohesion, coherence, or a state of being. And when you're in that state, the drama, any type of anxiety that you have, it all drops away because the frequency is higher and the two cannot exist together. After you've been able to access that field and practice with accessing it, it'll get easier and easier for you to go there. And eventually, all you'll have to do is give yourself an intention that you're switching your state of mind, that you're reconnecting with that field. We're all capable of empathic abilities these days. It's something to do with the changing energies, with going from third dimension to fourth dimension onto fifth. This is something that we're exercising and expanding. So it's important for you to learn to be a transmitter also. When you exercise your empathic abilities, you want to be able to create change by being a transmitter. If you're accessing this field, this larger resonance, this universal consciousness of love, you can transmit that out and create change. So even if you're around people or surrounded by people who are not accessing it themselves, just by you being the one who's accessing it, you will make a difference for them. And then eventually, hopefully, you will evolve. And I know that I have a couple of friends that I experienced this with them today. All you will need to do is say the word love, sing the word love, or just think the word love, and you'll be able to connect to that field again. So for our exercise today, I want to give you another metaphorical feather to tuck into your hat or into your metaphorical toolkit. And that is a meditation called Pillars of Light. It's something I've been doing since 2008 with students. And I'm hoping that it just flows perfectly and we're going to be able to use it throughout the course. This video, this meditation is pre-recorded. We're going to be using the directions during this meditation. So take a moment to figure out which way is east Which way is south? Also, I have not added music, so if you'd like to meditate to a track of your choice, please load that up and play it low enough so that you can still hear me clearly. So we'll begin. Take 3 deep cleansing breaths down into your diaphragm. One to relax your feelings. One to relax your body. And the final one to relax your mind. Let any pain that's left go to your guides, to the God of your understanding, or to Universal Source. Let it go with trust. Now, starting in the east direction, visualize a pillar of light, a sentinel of higher vibration. See it fully formed and see it glowing with a divine color. Only the highest vibrational energy is used, and invite in a higher vibrational being. For me, this is angelic, and I ask that Archangel Michael come stand in the east. Travel clockwise to the direction to the south. Visualize a pillar of light, a sentinel of higher vibration. See it fully formed and see it glowing with a divine color. Only the highest vibrational energy is used, and invite in a high vibrational being. For me, this is Archangel Ezekiel. Travel clockwise to the west. Visualize that pillar of light, a sentinel of higher vibration. See it fully formed. See it glowing with a divine color. Only the highest vibrational energy is used. And invite in a high vibrational being. For me, this is angelic, and I ask that Archangel Gabriel stand in the west. Travel clockwise to the next direction, to the north. Again, visualize that pillar of light, a sentinel of higher vibration. See it fully formed. See it glowing with a divine color. Only the highest vibrational energy is used. Invite in a high vibrational being. I am asking Archangel Raphael to stand in the north. With all 4 pillars activated, they reach high and you cannot see the tops. You will feel grounded inside the space, and you will feel fully connected to Source. Return your attention to the first pillar, the one in the east. Allow it to form the edge of a curtain of light, and with your energy and your will, pull the curtain from the east to the south, from the south to the west, from the west to the north, and back to the east pillar. Inside this sacred space, you will feel complete, secure, and safe. This is a sacred space of your creation. It is a healing space. And we will be using this starter meditation during certain points in the course. So this is just a demonstration meditation. However, I will leave you just for a moment to experience some healing and clearing with the sacred space that you've created today. Now it's important that we acknowledge the sacred space and that we let it be taken down when we're finished using it. But if you go and visualize the pillars, work back from the north to the east, allowing them to gently dissolve, you can maintain your connection to Source, and your grounding will continue, and you will carry the sacred space around in your heart for the rest of the day. And so it is.
Hi there, and thank you for joining us to the introduction to the course, A Guide to Spiritual Evolution. I want to apologize up front here for the technical glitch that we had. It's being worked on. We have a solution. We just need to enact it. This 12-part course is going to follow the chapters of the book and be a true companion to the book. Oh, fuck, you mean there's more. And in addition to doing the chapters, doing an audio of the chapters, we're going to also have some that are a little bit different that will include interviews, like interviews with the healers, so that you can get some tips and tricks on doing self-healing. We're going to have a master dowser come and join me when we're talking about alchemy and geomancy. And I'm looking forward to that. And we'll also have a mini webinar for Chapter 7, which is going to revisit the interviews that we had in the book. So I'm looking forward to you joining me. And if there's any questions, please feel free to refer to my website. Okay. On the top menu bar, you'll see an icon called A Guide to Spiritual Evolution, Companion Course to the Book. That's the link you follow to get to the information. Thank you for joining us, and I look forward to seeing you with our first live episode.